Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon waits. She lingers my desires, like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenues.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love by doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelry.
According to the Athenian law, I will not do it. Oh. Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter, Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, my noble lord. This man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious duke, be it so, she will not here before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death. According to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind wanting your father's voice. The other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that master so their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier, happy, is the rose distilled, than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, and so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Hermia, take time to pause. And by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius.
Aye.
Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render
I
him.
am, my
And
lord,
she
is well
mine,
derived,
and
as he
all
is
my
well
life is
possessed.
I do
My
as
love
take
is
it to
more than
Demetrius.
his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And what is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nidar's daughter Helena and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof, but being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come. Come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields ye up, which by no means we may extenuate to death, or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta. What cheer, my love? But Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Than like for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me. For aught that ever I could read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to
or
low.
else misgraft in respect of years,
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged to young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there was a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it as momentary as a sound, as swift as a shadow, as short as a dream, as brief as the lightning in the collied night that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth. And ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. So let us teach our trial patience, for it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs. Wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me then, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once, with Helena to do observance to a morn of May. But there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire that burned the Carthage queen when the false Troyan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, And your tongue's sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, a favor so yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look. And with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then, what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helena, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearls the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes, to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, fair Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius, dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. And therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure, unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled, as waggish boys in game themselves forswear. So the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her, and for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I, to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
Well, you were best to call them, generally man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Yay! Oh, it's a very good piece of work, I assure you. And a merry,
Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors. By the scroll, masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready? Well, say what part I'm for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? Well, a lover or a tyrant?
A lover who kills himself most gallant for love.
Oh, that will call for some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure to the rest. Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules, rarely, or a part to tear a cat in to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates. Amphibous car shall shine from afar and make or mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now read the rest of the players. This was Hercules' vein. This was a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Yes.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Flute, shall take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
No, it is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Hey, what's the matter? Hey, Faith, let not me play a woman. I have a beard coming.
Well, that's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe, too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe! Thisbe! Oh, Pyramus, my lover dear, Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No.
Thisbe!
No! You must play Pyramus, and Flute you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Robin Starveling, must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
Oh, you, Pyramus's father. And myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. Well, you, the lion's part, and I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me. For I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion, too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies, that they would shriek. And that were enough to hang us all.
I grant you, friends, that if we should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice. I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you as 'twere any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentlemanlike man. Well, therefore you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. Oh, what beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what You will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and grain beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play it barefaced. But, masters, now here are your parts, and I entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night. And meet me in the palace wood, about a mile without the town, by moonlight. Now there we will rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company, and our devices will be known. In the meantime, I will draw up a bill of properties, such as our play wants, and I pray you, fail me not.
Oh, we will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough. Hold.
Or cut bowstrings. Hey!
Over hill, over dale, thorough bush, thorough briar, over park, over pale, thorough flood, thorough fire.
I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green.
The cowslip's tall, her pensioners be.
In their gold coat spots you see, those be rubies, fairy favors. In those freckles live their savers.
I must go seek some dewdrops here and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou love of spirits, all be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Oh, take heed, the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king.
Oh, she never had so sweet a changeling.
And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forests wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And no, they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square that all their elves, for fear, creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow.
Or not you he that frights the maidens of the military? In milk and sometimes liver in the curd.
Let's make the breathless housewife turn, and sometime make the drink to bear no harm.
Mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm.
Those that have goblin call you, and sweet Puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck.
Oh, not you he? Oh, thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the mind. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal. And sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. Oh, the wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale. Sometime for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, down topples she, and Taylor cries, and falls into a cough. And then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees, and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there.
Would that he were gone!
Proud Titania.
What jealous Oberon! Fairy, skip hence! I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steep of India, but that forsooth the bouncing Amazon, your buskinned mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
Oh, canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus, didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Perigenia, whom he ravisheth, and make him with fair Eglis break his faith with Ariadne and Antiope?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since the midsummer spring, met we on hill, in dale, forest or mead, by pavered fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore, the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The foal stands empty in the drowned field, and crows are fatted with the murrian flock. The nine men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green for lack of tread are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter cheer. No night is now with hymn or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hyam's thin and icy crown an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order. And in the spiced Indian air, by night, full often has she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal of this boy, did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy. And for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day, if you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlight revels. Go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your heart.
Give me this boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy come. Fairies, away! We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury, my gentle Puck. Come hither. Oh! Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress pass it on in maiden meditation, fancy free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower. The herb I showed thee once, the juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid, will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a good old round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion, cat, or bear, or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible. And I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Oh! Oh! Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here am I, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant. But yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not, in plainest truth, tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel. And Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I'm not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you in my respect are all of the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin, the mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou follow me, do not believe but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius. Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Farewell, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. No. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania sometime of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou, meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Now a roundel and a fairy song. Then for the third part of a minute, hence some to kill cankers in the musk rosebuds, some wore with rear mice for their leathern wings to make my small elves coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
Weaving spiders come not here. Hence, you long-legged spinners, hence. Beetles, black cockroach not near. Worm or snail do no offense. Fill bell with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 la, lullaby. La 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 la, lullaby. Never harm nor spell nor charm. Come our lovely lady nigh. So good night with lullaby. So good night with lullaby. So good night with lullaby.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shalt appear when thou wake, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. And to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Bind you out of bed. For I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander. For my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh. Take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Huh? Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. And by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant. Good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I. But end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single tone.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring Louvre. Night and silence, who is here? Ah! Weeds of Athens he doth wear. Oh, this is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And hear the maiden's sleeping sound on that dank and dirty ground. Ooh. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack of love, this kill courtesy. Oh. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakes, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone. For I must now to Oberon. Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay. Ow. On my peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I'm out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright, not with salt tears, if so? My eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, no, I'm as ugly as a bear. The beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel, though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. Oh. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eyne? Ah! But who is here? Lysander, on the ground, dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? How fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword?
Do not say so, Lysander. Say not so. What, though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though yet Hermia still loves you? Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No! I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. I will not change a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season. So I, being young till now, ripe not to reason, but touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius? I, but you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth, you do me wrong. Good sooth, you do. In such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia. Sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated but the most of me, and all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander! Help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast! Ay, me, for pity, what a dream was here! Methought a serpent at my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey, Lysander! What removed? Lysander! Lord! What, out of hearing? Gone. No sound, no word. Alack, where are you? Speak! And if you hear, speak of our loves! I swoon almost with fear. No. Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
What hempen homespuns are we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen?
Are we all met? Are we all met? Ah, and here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we shall do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince?
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please.
Huh?
Well, first, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By our lake in a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed, and for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver.
Well,
this will put them out of fear.
We shall have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Make it in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
No, I fear it, I promise you.
Oh, masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us. A lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there's not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living. We ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name. And half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and let him speak through, saying thus, or to the same effect. Ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to tremble, not to fear my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, 'twere a pity of my life. No,
no,
I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And they'll let him plainly name his name and tell them he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But But there is two hard things. Oh, that is, we must have moonlight in the chamber. For as you know, Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Oh, does the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar! Calendar, look in the almanac! Find out moonshine, find out moonshine.
Look up there. Moonshine, moonshine.
Yes, it does shine that night!
Why then, we may leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say that he is to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. But there's one other thing. Well, we must have a wall in the great chamber. For the story says Pyramus and Thisbe did talk through the chink of a wall.
Well, you can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall, and let him hold his fingers thus. And through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper, Thisbe! Pyramus! Thisbe!
Now, if that may be, then all is well. Hey! Come, sit down, every mother, son, and rehearse your parts. Now, Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, you enter into that break. And so, everyone, according to his cue.
What a play toward! I'll be an auditor. An actor, too, perhaps, if I say cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Seize the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odious? Odorous. Odorous.
Odorous savors sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus, an air played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, Mary, must you. For you must understand, he goes but to see a voice that he heard, and he is to come again.
Pyramus, Thisbe, most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most brisky, juvenile, and most lovely Jew, as true as that yet will never tire, that
Ninus too, man. No, you are not to say that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh, true as horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
No. Oh, monstrous. Oh, strange, we are haunted. Pray, masters! Fly, masters!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around. Through ball, straight through briar. Hold the rogue and the spell of fire, and neigh, and bark, and grunt, and roar and burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, at every turn.
Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Oh, bless thee, bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this spot, do what they can. I shall walk up and down here, and I shall sing that they shall hear I'm not afraid. The woozle cock so black of you, with orange tawny bill. The throstle with his notes so true. The run with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to speak truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. That's the more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Oh, not so, neither. But if I had enough wit to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve my own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed.
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed, and to arise, and to pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal!
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
Well, I shall desire of you more acquaintance, good Mistress Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I will make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peas blossom.
Commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. Good Master Peas Blossom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Oh, your name, good sir?
Mustard Seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same giant-like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made mine eyes water ere now. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress, with a monster, is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest, thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed it on his head. And in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, for she must be eyed.
Stand close. Here comes the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep. kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon the whole earth may be bored, and the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the Antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What is this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius. Wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Oh! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true. Tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake? Hast thou killed him, sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder do so much? An adder did it!
Ow!
For with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood. Nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee then, tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege, never to see me more. And from thy hated present heart I so, see me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt, that bankrupt sleep, that sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done?
Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath, honor!
Thou would go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens, look, thou find all fancies 6 years and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that costs the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than an arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wake, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our ferry band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Oh, shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Ooh, then will two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray! These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tail.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind. Now you give her all.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy, oh, how ripe in show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white, high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou hold'st up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so to vow and swear and super praise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. Oh. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and are both rivals to mock Helena, a trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin, and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia, that you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, of Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will do to my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her, but as guestwise sojourned, and now to Helen is at home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look where thy love comes. Yonder is thy dear.
Oh, thou art not. By mine eye Lysander found. Mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. Oh. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Oh, why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seekst thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
No, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, oh, is all forgot? All school days' friendship, childhood innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet in union, in partition, two lovely berries molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies, but one heart, two of the first like coats in heraldry, due but to one, and crown it with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly. 'Tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysanders in scorn to follow me, and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me nymph, goddess, divine and rare, precious, celestial. Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul, and tender me forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What, though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most, to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persever. Counterfeit sad looks make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink each at other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. Fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh. Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreats. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose thee to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I swear. I love thee more than he can do.
If you say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Away, you Ethiop.
No. You seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You're a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat. Thou burr, vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this sweet love?
Oh, thy love. Out, tawny tartar, out. Out, loathed medicine, hated potion, hence.
Do you not jest?
Oh.
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What, shall I hurt her? Shall I strike her? Shall I kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? What means my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me. Yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say?
Aye, by my life, and never to desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer than I do hate thee. And love, Helen.
Ay me! You juggler! You canker blossom! You thief of love! What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, Faith. Have you no modesty? No maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I'm not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eye.
Oh, I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I'm a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she's something lower than myself, and I can match her. Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that in love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you for love, I followed him, but he hath chid me, and some threatened me, to spurn me, strike me, nay, to kill me too. So now, you will let me quiet go to Athens. Will I bear my folly back and follow you no further? Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am?
Get thee gone! What is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius.
See on her face, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she's keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school. Though she be but little, she's fierce.
Little again, nothing but low, and little why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus of hindering not grass maid, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide.
Now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest, to try who's right. Of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow! Nay, I'll go with thee cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
Oh, I am amazed. I know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Oh, believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise, that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far am I glad it did so sort. Is this their jangling I esteem a sport?
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. High, therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog, as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray, as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death, counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep, then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Lysander, speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready, where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again, thou runaway. Thou coward, art thou fled? Speak. In some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars? Like the bushes that thou wilt throw wars of child, how whip thee with a rod? He is defiled with the sword.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. Poor child, man.
He goes before me and so bears me on. When I come where he calls, then he is
Ho, ho, ho!
Abide me if thou darest. For will I want the rest of the shifting of your place, and darest not stand or look in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am.
Nay, then thou mockst me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if never I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way.
The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster did he fly. But fallen am I in dark, uneven way, and here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy gray light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this fight.
Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
A weary night, a long and tedious night. Abate thy hours, shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detest, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eyes, steal me a while from mine own company. Yet but three, come one more, two of both kind make up for all. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew, torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. Here will I rest me to the break of day. Heavens, shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known, that every man should take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill, the man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
When they next wake, all this derision will seem a dream and fruitless vision. And back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair did thee employ, I've to my queen to beg her Indian boy. And now I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards. Damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone, for fear lest day should look their shames upon. They willfully themselves exiled from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I, with the morning's love, have oft made sport, and like a forester, the groves may tread even till the eastern gate, all fiery red. opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold. His salt green streams. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet a day.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready.
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Monsieur Cobweb, good Monsieur, get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle. And good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, good Monsieur. And good Monsieur, have a care that the honey bag break not, for I would be loath to have you overflowing with a honey bag, senor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Give me your niece, Monsieur. I pray you leave off your curtsy.
What's your will?
Nothing but to help Cavalier Peas Blossom to scratch. I must to the barber's, for methinks I'm marvelous hairy about the face. And I am such a tender ass, if a hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
Oh, say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire for a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas. I pray you, let none of your people disturb me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Fairies, be gone and be always away. Sleep thou, sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently, gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee! How I dote on thee!
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awakening when the others do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud o'er Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe this visage now.
Silence a while. Puck, take off this head.
Oh.
Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these five, the sense.
Music. Oh, music, such as charmeth sleep.
Now when thou wakest, with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound. Music. Come, my queen, take hands with me and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be, wedded with Theseus all in jollity.
Very lord, attend and mark, I do hear the morning lark.
And my queen, in silence sad, trip we after night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go one of you and find out the forester. For now our observation is performed. And since we have the wayward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
My lord,
So, what nymphs are these?
this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander, this Demetrius is, and this Helena, old Nida's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May. But speak, Aegeus. Is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly. Half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian laws.
Enough, enough! My lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would. Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife and me of my consent. Of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I, in fury, hither followed them, fair Helena in fancy following me. But my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia melted as the snow, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object, and the pleasure of mine eye is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But like a sickness did I loathe this food. But as in health, come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now is something worn. Our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything seems double.
So methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own, and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? Seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Let's follow him. And by the way, let's recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey-o, Peter Quince. Flute the bellows, mender, snout the tinker. Starveling! God's my life. Stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream. It passed the wit of man to say what dream it was. Methought I was... There's no man can say what. Methought I was... And methought I had Oh. But man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what me thought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will have Peter Quince write a ballet of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream. But for it hath no bottom, and I shall sing it at the latter end of the play before the Duke. Oh, peradventure, to make it more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
La 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 hey la 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 la. Have you sent to Bottom's house? Has he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported. If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge pyramids but he.
No, he had simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and the best person, too. And he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
Oh, no. No, no, no. You must say paragon. For a paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters! Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married.
If our sport had gone forward, we had been made men. Oh, sweet bully Bottom. Thus hath he lost 6 a day during his life. He could not have escaped 6 a day.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom?
Oh, most courageous day! Oh, masters, masters, I am to discourse wonders. But ask me not what, for if I tell you I'm not true Athenian, I will tell you everything. Why does it fell out?
Oh, let us hear, sweet Bottom.
I was not a word out of me. Now, all I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps, every man look o'er his part, for the long and the short is our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out as the lion's claws.
Ladies.
Oh, and good masters, eat no onion nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I have no doubt but to hear them say it is a most sweet comedy. No more words. Away. Go! Away!
Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are at hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate!
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What masks, what music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs
The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. Now, that is an old device. It was played when I from Thebes last came a conqueror. The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. Now that is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with a nuptial ceremony. A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief, that is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord in this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play, but by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted and tragical, my noble lord. It is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. But more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, no, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing, nothing in the world, unless one can take sport in their intense, extremely stretched, and conned with cruel pain to do your service.
I will hear that play. But never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go bring them in.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill. That you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come, as minding to content you, our true intent is. All for your delight, we are not here. We are here. That you should here repent you, the actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know. Yeah.
This fellow doth not stand upon
A
points.
good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
His speech is like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show. But wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and through whose chink, poor souls, they were content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man, with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine. or if you will kneel, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which lion hight by name.
You ladies, you who.
The trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion moonshine wall and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers...
Grim-looked night! Oh, night with you so black! Oh, night, whichever art, when day is not! Oh, night! Oh, night! Alack, alack, alack! I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot, and thou, oh, wall, oh, sweet, oh, lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, oh, sweet, oh, lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Show me thy chink. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stone for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the chink. You shall see, it'll fall out pat as I told you. Look, yonder she comes.
My cherry lips have overkissed thy snout! Thy snouts with hair and light! You don't believe!
I see a voice! Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
Ah! My love!
Think what thou wilt, I am thy lover's grace, and like Lymander am I trusty still.
And I like Helen till the fates me kill.
But Cephalus to Procris was so true.
And Cephalus to Procris I to heal.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall too, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straight away?
Tide light, tide dip, I come without delay.
Thus have I, one Snout by name, presented a wall. And such a wall as I... And being done thus wall, away doth go.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst no worse, if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts, and a moon and a lion.
You, ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion, rough with wildest rage, doth roar. Then know that I as snug the joiner am. Then know that I as snug the joiner am. And know that I as snug the joiner am. No lion fell, no else, no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, for pity of my life.
A very gentle beast, and of a good conscience.
The very best of the beasts, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This lantern doth your horned moon present. This lantern doth your horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be. All I have to say is to tell you that this lantern is the moon. I, the man in the moon. This thorn bush is my thorn bush. And this dog is my dog.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Well roared, lion.
Well, Tisby.
Well shown, moon. Truly moon shines with good grace.
Well moused, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisby's sight. But stay, O spite, but mark, for night, what dreadful dole is here? As do you see, how can it be, O dainty duck, O dear? Thy mantle good, what stained with blood, approach ye furies fell. O fates, come, cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and go well.
Wherefore nature didst the lion spray? Oh, wherefore nature didst the lion spray?
O wherefore nature didst thou lion spring, since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come tears confound, outsword, and wound the pap of Pyramus. Aye, that left pap where the heart doth hop. Thus die I, thus. Now am I dead, now am I fled, my soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light, moon, take thy flight. Now, die, 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 die.
Sleep, my love. What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Dead! Dead! These, a tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips. This cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Lovers make moans, his eyes were as green as leeks. Sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them since you have shone with tears this thread of silk. John, not a word, come trusty sword, come blade, my breast imbrue. And farewell, friends, thus gives me and adieu. Will it please you to see the epilogue? Or to hear a Bergamasque dance between our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse. Never excuse, for when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. Marry, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisby's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly. And very notably discharged. But come, you're Bergamasque, let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12 lovers to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn as much as we this night have overwatched. This palpable, gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity in nightly revels and new jollity.
the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy plowman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night, that the graves all gaping wide, everyone lets forth its sprite in the churchway paths to glide, and we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team, from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now our frolic, not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through this house give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar.
Hand in hand with fairy grace, we shall sing and bless this place.
Until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true in loving be. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand, never mole, hair, lip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious such as are despised in nativity shall upon their children be. With this field due consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless through this palace with sweet peace, and the owner of it blessed ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands, if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.